All right. Hello, you fucks. Welcome to John Solo's Beer Brigade, round 2. We are doing this thing. So I already feel like exhausted. We just started. I mean, not for like, but so are you feeling now?
Yeah, no. I'm right here with you, John. I just did my first author's lounge ever. And I'm like, ooh, I felt like, those, I don't know, like NASCAR, like when they go change out the tires really fast and you're just like, I don't even know what happened, but here I'm on the road again. That was sort of me.
I love watching those pit crews because then there's that sound.
Yeah.
I love that sound. By the way, I actually do know your name. It's just Tracy told me not to play dumb with. Apparently, I'm playing dumb too. Yes, we have Kelly Cox with it. No, I'm just joking with you. So,
by the way, I have a friend who his partner was like, "I can't believe you didn't go with Kelly Cox. That was such a missed opportunity." And I'm like, "I'm here to tell you, I agree, but we'll go with Kelly Fox."
Yeah, Kelly Fox is here with me, and this is your first GRL that you're actually here as an author.
That is correct. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So, did you come to the 2019? And
I did. That was actually a life-changing GRL. Weirdly enough.
Okay.
Because I'd already written 2 books, and both of them were pretty queer. And then I kind of got into MM, and I started reading sort of voraciously MM, and I was like, oh, I think I know where I want to write, because it wasn't just the subject matter; it was also the community. Because a writer is a lonely, writing is a lonely thing.
Yeah.
And you almost have to have the crippling self-doubt, and and it's like, so in order to have the crippling self-doubt and still move forward, you have to have good community around you. And I had just never seen anything like the MM community.
It's amazing.
No, just not anywhere near close.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, I think I want to go to GRL and I want to check it out, and I kind of want to talk to maybe some authors and see, because I had some ideas, but I didn't know if they were stupid or not. And so I go, and I immediately meet randomly a couple of people who are, it's so cool because we just hit it off, and I hung out a lot of the time with them, and they're here now, and they had heard me kind of talk about the writing I wanted to do, and now I've done it. And so their joy is it's, I don't even know how to process it. It's going to take a couple days. But I also ran into somebody who she lives like 5 minutes from me. And she also works with Lucy Lennox. And she was like, oh, Lucy's doing a little bit of a lounge. And sorry, didn't mean to touch that. In her room, because she has like,
sorry.
No, you're good. And so I go, and there's all of these authors that I really, really like. And because they're not assholes, they were like, hey, who are you? And I explained who I was. And I don't know if I've said this on this before, so if it's a repeat, I apologize. But, I said, and they're like, oh, are you a writer? And I'm like, I am, but I'm new to MM and I have some ideas. And I had the luck of sitting at a table full of authors who had already made some of the mistakes I was trying to make.
Oh, yeah.
And then Lucy got in on it too, and was just like, okay, this is, these are some things that'll help you out. And she was just very straightforward, and she didn't pull any punches. And it wasn't like she hurt my feelings or anything like that, but she didn't pull any punches. And, sometimes when you're new and you're just lost, you just need somebody to say, hey, don't fucking do that. And do this, do yourself a favor and do this. And, it absolutely changed the direction in which I was going. And it changed the story I was working on. And it meant that my debut as an MM author was incredibly successful. And I was still really hard on myself because I was like, oh, I wanted it to like catch fire in like a big, big way. And it kind of did. But it was weird because at the moment I was disappointed. And then now looking back, and people talking about that debut, like they remember that debut, it was actually more than I thought it was. So this year is so weird because I am thinking so much on 2019 because so much of what happened, and I thought that I might be wasting my time. I might feel like a goober. I don't know anybody, but I went anyway. And it was the smartest leap of faith I've ever taken.
GRL in particular, I'm going to touch on a couple things. Because first off, you talked about the community.
Yeah.
And this community, I had an experience this morning. I went to breakfast this morning. And I see a girl who's obviously with us. sitting alone. And I'm kind of in my own world, wrapped up, kind of doing my thing because I'm selfish. So I notice her again. I finished breakfast, and now I walk out into the lobby, and there's brigadiers, and there's a couple of friends I know beyond the brigadiers that are sitting there, and then I see this little girl alone again. So I walk over and I say, "Hey, are you alone?" "Yeah." "Come here."
Yeah.
And I just walk over, sit her down with a bunch of other girls, and say,
Yeah.
"Hey, I found a lost one."
Yeah.
10 minutes later, they're all friends. Everything's that is this community, which now I've not been to other writing conventions. I don't, but I've talked to my good friend, the late great Kenneth Obie, was a writer in urban fantasy for a long time. He said those conventions are nothing like this. He said it's very cutthroat with the authors and everything else.
Oh, and that's not even the case at all, because I just had a conversation with two authors this morning, and we were talking through, holiday stuff, like holiday releases and stuff like that. And they were sharing the things that they'd learned from previous years, because I'm like trying to stumble through a couple of holiday releases. And, in a cutthroat environment, they'd be like, "Ooh, let her make that mistake. That'll be fun." And I mean, if you can, imagine Beth Bolden and DJ Jameson being anything other than just kind and
They're
forthcoming.
wonderful people.
Wonderful people.
Yeah.
And we're just talking with them really helped me kind of square a few things. So, but yeah, this community is, I mean, if you're part of this community and you're not proud of being part of this community, think again.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, really consider it, because I don't know. I feel like, and in 2019, I met some folks that really touched my heart. Like, I remember them very much, and they're not here this year because this year is kind of a weird year, but like this, for a lot of people, this is the GRL and in this community online are some of the only places where they can kind of be themselves.
Yeah.
And not wear the mask and not, soften their edges for other people. And I don't know if people understand how special that is. I hope they do.
You get the vibe when you're walking through one of the convention halls down there.
Yeah.
This is a strange year because
It is, yeah.
I've only been to one of these. And in 2019, there was 6, 7, or I don't know how many people. There was a lot of people. There was probably half of it this year, maybe.
Yeah.
Which is why, for one, I need to see if I can get Reese or somebody from GRL on one of these this weekend. I would love it, because we need to pump this thing.
Well, and I mean, let me talk to you about Reese. I mean, I like to spend a lot of time lost before I figure it out. And people take pity on me. It's like, stop doing it that way. But oh my God, the utter patience that she has, and resourcefulness, and just like, "Oh, okay, no, here, do this," so kind in all of her communications, and professional and quick, and
somebody like me, I mean, you know me, I'm so non-professional that so dealing with Reese the first year, I fucked up everything coming here.
That makes me feel better, by the way.
So I fucked up my room.
Oh.
I didn't get my room into the group rate.
When
you book, for one thing, getting a room at GRL is kind of difficult. You got to book in advance. Not that you can't get one later on, but it's kind of hard. So anyways, I booked my room and it was like $200 a night. It's only supposed to be $150 a night. Yeah. And I tell Reese this, and I was like, "Yeah, I got in late." And she's like, "Well, let me see what I can get taken care of." It took her all the 3 days that I was there to get it taken care of. And she was like hitting up the desk crew every day until finally she got me the discount I needed and they refunded my money.
Oh my God.
She's the shit.
Oh, yeah.
Then I didn't even take into account that I brought Jody and that she needed a ticket.
Yeah.
I don't know any of this. So she squeezed Jody in at the last minute, and just all this on top of just being Reese. So I worry, I roll in being, I'm John Solo. I'm a completely unprofessional and over the top, and she's so kind. I can see like this laughing glitter in her eyes when she talks to me, just like, "Oh my God, what's he fucking done now?" But she doesn't say anything.
I feel like I got that too.
Well, me and you are kind of. If I was a lesbian, I would be you.
Gee, John, I wonder what you would be if you were a bisexual.
Probably a lesbian, and you. I was so worried when I met is it your wife?
Wife, it is wife, yeah.
I was just like, if she punches me, I'm just going to take it. And I'm going to figure that's my due. She owed me that.
No, she's pretty cool. And I don't know, the way you described Reese dealing with you is how my wife deals with me. it was just sort of like a glitter behind the eye. Like, and she and my PA Abby, they make jokes about the care and feeding of the author because, oh shit, don't tell them, but I still haven't had lunch, nor did I have the granola bar that was put directly in my hand.
Well, we don't have time for. And me and you are very much of the same personality type. So you aren't an alcoholic, are you?
No.
All right. Just
No,
making
but
sure.
you know what? I was raised by alcoholics, which is why I am not, but that's only because I was like, oh, I'm
Yeah.
going to be careful.
Yeah. But you
yeah.
were my. It's
Yeah.
also I would have you as a guest on my show every fucking day of the week. You're like the best. But our personalities are very much the same. So me. All day long, my wife this morning texted me and said, "Don't overbook yourself," and I just started cackling, like, "What? What's that look like?"
Oh my God, yes.
As I was in the convention hall downstairs, I booked an 8 o'clock guest for this. So we got a 6 o'clock reception and I booked an 8 o'clock guest. Just as Tracy walks up to me 30 seconds later and said, "Hey, I just filled your 8." So I turn right back around and like, "You want to do 9?" Yeah. So my last one's done at 10, somewhere there.
So you're just literally going to be talking all day long.
Yeah. This is perfect for me up here. Okay. Because I get paid to talk for a living and I'm having to wear a mask down there. And that's just not.
You know, it's so funny. And I swear I'm not being precious. I'm also just like a dingbat sometimes. And I forget, like I've been walking around without my mask and I'm like, I'm triple vaxxed, but I'm trying. Yeah. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm literally that stupid or forgetful, and
yeah, same
and
thing.
then I'm claustrophobic, which is like
precisely.
You
we
know,
are
to me,
one.
Yeah,
by the way.
Well, and my wife is an MRI tech, and so that's always a fun conversation between us. But but she can. So what's really funny though about that is that she can read that. So like I'm downstairs, like, and we're trying to get my stuff together for the author lounge, and she's like, "Sit down right now," because she could tell that I was going into small panic, and because it's like the room we were in, unfortunately, was, and Reese was so great because she was just like, "It's so warm in here," you know, and she's like trying to get the hotel, but you know, I'm one of those people, like I get a little hot, and then you could put me in an ice bath and I will be hot for another 20 minutes because my body doesn't catch up.
I gotta tell you this.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of this completely different change of subject? You ever heard of Wim Hof?
Why does that sound familiar? I don't know.
They call him the Iceman.
Okay.
So I love learning. I'm addicted to learning.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I watch
like
a lot
it.
of YouTube. I like
Yep.
and
Same.
I've been really getting into kind of a next stage, the evolution of John. So
TM. Okay.
with Wim Hof, they call him the Iceman. What he does is he uses a breathing technique and he is able to stay in cold environments for long periods of time.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He climbed Mount Everest in a pair of shorts and boots. That's it. And he set a record doing it. Quickest. He just took last year a group of 25 individuals, the oldest of which was almost 70 years old, no mountaineering experience, and climbed Kilimanjaro. All of them wearing only fucking shorts and boots the entire way, and set records doing that. It's amazing. All he does is a breathing technique, and he swears by ice baths, ice showers, and this breathing technique. And he says the stress of the ice bath and ice shower actually develops your a lot of things in your body.
Yeah.
But what it does is it makes you better.
Yeah, because it pulls all of your pulls all of your blood to the center, and then when you get out of the ice bath, your blood goes all the way back out, and so it's actually like a really great cardiac exercise.
So I've been doing at the end of my showers. He suggests that you start with a shower and you turn it cold water. I'll tell you what else it shrinks. Yeah. Your inhibitions is what I was saying. I don't know what you all were thinking, but it's been an interesting experience. The last week I've been doing this and flipping the shower to cold water in the last 30 seconds. And I've been trying to build it up, but I'll tell you what, 30 seconds is enough for me right now.
Yeah.
But this breathing technique too, I got all excited because he said cold, and I went off. On a
Yeah, there you go.
tangent of
No.
something I
Actually,
learned.
see, I'm now going to go off on your tangent on one of my own tangents
All
because
right.
it's fun because we're the same person. You're just reminding me of a book, and I think it's called Wince or something like that. It's something like that. It's like one word, or Flinch. Maybe
Okay.
it's Flinch, and it's like how to approach life's ups and downs without hesitation. You know, without procrastination and stuff like that. And so, like, the first thing that they want you to do is literally get in the shower and turn it on cold. Like, so not even like step into a cold shower, get into the
yeah.
shower and turn it on cold so that you can control your flinch mechanism or something like that. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just procrastinate.
You so made me think of, we're standing down in the convention hall this morning, and you and your wife are leaving, and I'm standing at my little table, and I'm giving away my charms, and I told them to wait. I was like, wait just 1 second. I waited until you hit the first step, and I yelled, "Don't trip!" just to see what you do.
Oh, that was Abby. Yeah, I was with Abby, and Abby was like, that was my PA, and she was like, no, it's totally fine. She was like, if I swear to Jesus, if I end up in the hospital because of John Solo, I am going to kick his ass. That was awesome.
I couldn't help it. I couldn't help it one bit. Oh, did you see these?
Oh.
I'm not sure if I've.
I'm not wearing mine. Hold on.
Yeah. This right here. So they told me, and Katie, I love little Katie Cat. Katie Cat sent these to me for my birthday this year. They told me I needed business cards.
That's perfect, John.
Yeah, I know. But flip it over.
That's perfect.
They're fucking perfect. Notice also, there's no contact information.
Oh my God, that's like Bill Murray.
Business card says, Katie Cat, I love you. Says on one side, pineapple whore. I forget whose book it was I did, but I had to do this line that said, I'm a pineapple whore. And it just stuck. So, and there's a story behind that, but hang on 1 second. So on the other side, it says, I'm kind of a big deal. I can lift heavy things because those are my skills. And then it says, if you have to look me up, you can't afford me. That was my answer to putting contact information on my business card. But it turns out, so she made these for me. And I get them in a box for my birthday. And I'm like, holy shit, Katie Cat, you didn't have to do that. Thank you so much. And then I looked up pineapple. And it turns out that that's a swinger thing.
Yeah, that's why
I did not know that.
That's why I was laughing, because I was like, "What you trying to tell us here, John?"
I totally didn't know it. I know.
Sorry.
It's exactly like this. It's been happening to me my entire life. When I made my company, Falcon Sound Company, years ago, originally I wanted to be Falcon Sound Studios.
Yeah.
It turns out Falcon Sound Studios makes gay porn.
Yeah.
It's a gay porn film company. I didn't know. And
Which is a little more on brand than you were probably wanting.
Oh, I wasn't making these at the time. I had no idea. And I was
prophetic.
like, what the fuck? Really? It's been happening to me my whole career.
I feel like really special that I actually knew both of those references. No.
Yeah. So Vicky swore to me that pineapple is not a swinger thing, but you fucking know it's a swinger thing, Vicky. Yeah, it is.
It's
what
not
it is.
just a swinger thing.
So I've been handing out these cards all day long. And I don't say anything. I just say I have the best business cards here, and I give them my business card, and I move on to the next one. But, and I think I told this in the last one. So I tried to give my business card to one of the, I don't know if she's an author, but anyways, pulled it out and accidentally gave her my hotel room card, which was
a different kind of a conversation.
Totally. And I was like, wow,
Where's
I just
Jody?
made that awkward.
No. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sorry about that. Anyways, I was very excited about my business cards. Yeah. Also, maybe you don't know this. I just learned this. There's pockets in these. I'm a professional.
Professional what?
So what have you got going on after this? What are you doing next with this today? You got a schedule?
The rest of my day is free, which is nice because I didn't sleep well last night, so I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna starfish on the bed. I'm not gonna lie to you, but tomorrow is another kind of crazy pants day. It's another author thing, and then I've got a panel with. Get this. I don't know. This is going to be such a fun panel. It's called Sex and Snark. And it's got Alice Winters, Nev Wilder, Maz Maddox, and me. And so it's going to have like a fun little icebreaker. We're going to have like some panel chat about how humor comes into what it is we do. Mm-hmm. Batshit crazy is my answer. And then we'll have a giveaway, like kind of a fun game at the end and a giveaway. Okay. And it's just that's what we're doing. And then Saturday is the big big signing thing that's open to the public. Mm-hmm. And again, my wife is from this area, and so her whole they're not all going to come, but like her mom and her aunt are probably going to come, which is like really sweet. And so Amy took a picture of me at my table today, and she sent it out to like all of her friends and all of our family. And her mom's response was perfect, because she was like, we are just so proud of her. And it's all because of the sex. And I'm like, you know, it was really nice knowing your mother, because I'll never be able to look her in the eyes again. And you have to understand, like, her mom's just like, you know, not that kind. No, funny, but not like that.
Well, you should read just.
She's read one of my books,
Okay.
and then she was like, I had to skim through some. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Don't read any of my gay romance, though, and definitely don't read. I have a Halloween out that I'm like, because my family's from New Orleans, so I set it in New Orleans, and you know, it was supposed to be like a little Halloween short. I've accidentally made it into a series because I'm a dumbass. Anyway, but it's really funny because, you know, it's where my mom is from, and it was a part of New Orleans that had been destroyed by Katrina. And that's where my mom's family had lived for generations. And so I kind of recreated it magically, right? And so my mom's like, I really want to read this. And I'm like, I don't even want her to skim anything, because it's like, I do not want to explain to my mom what nodding is or fisting. I don't want to explain either of those things to my mother. So I am literally making a version of that has neither of those two things. And it is proving very difficult.
Well, I didn't entirely understand either of those things until I started into this. I really
What? I see, and I have questions, like, because you did other things and now you get into this, and so you get to one of those scenes. What the hell goes through your mind?
in the beginning it was so. I've told this story on air before, but it's been a little while, so I'm going to tell this again. So I have a lot of friends that are in this. I don't even want to say. I got quite a few gay friends,
Yeah.
and a couple transgender friends, and specifically, so I'm running sound for this band one night, and almost everyone in the band is gay, and there's one transgender person, and I just recorded my first gay romance book, and I didn't even know it was a gay romance book until I got into it, and I was like,
One hell of a
"Holy
way to
shit."
find out.
So I'm describing how this all worked.
Yeah.
And I'm describing so they stretched it out with the fingers, and they got to 3 fingers. And one guy looks at another one and says, 3 fingers, what is this, high school? And that's like my eye-opening, what I'm getting into.
Ooh, that's good information. Now I want to know more.
Then it started. So with each one, by the time I was into this for a year and a half, somewhere in there, it was all old hat.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the only thing that shocked me was Impreg.
Yeah.
And now I'm the butt baby king. So where do you go from there? Yeah. We're
See, the pineapple's hardly anything now.
precisely. We're coming up on time.
Okay.
I love you.
Love you
Thank
too.
you so
Thank
much
you so
for doing
much.
this. I can't wait for you to see this, because now I hit a button where it says outro. And when it does the outro video, I'm so excited about the outro video. Oh no.